Reading 1. One of my favorite weekend routines is making pancakes with my family. It's not just about eating breakfast, it's about spending time together and having fun in the kitchen. Every Saturday feels special because of this tradition. The first thing we do is gather all the ingredients. My dad gets out the mixing bowl and I help measure the flour, sugar, and milk. My sister cracks the eggs, even though she sometimes drops a little shell in the batter. We laugh and say it's all part of the recipe. Next, we heat up the pan and pour the batter. The pancakes sizzle and the smell fills the whole kitchen. I love watching for the bubbles on top because that's when it's time to flip them. Sometimes they turn out round and other times they look lopsided, but we don't mind. After all, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Finally, we sit down at the table to eat. We pass around the syrup, butter, and fruit toppings while talking about our week. The pancakes taste even better because we made them together. Everyone has their favorite topping, but we all agree it's the best breakfast. In conclusion, making pancakes on the weekend is more than just a meal. It's a routine that brings my family closer. From mixing the batter, to flipping the pancakes, to eating at the table, every step makes Saturday mornings feel extra special. It's the perfect way to start the weekend off on the right foot. Reading 2. Being in the school orchestra is one of my favorite parts of the week. Playing music with a big group makes me feel proud and excited. It isn't always easy, but the hard work pays off when we sound good together. My orchestra routine helps me stay focused and keeps me improving every time. The first thing we do in orchestra is set up. I take my instrument out of its case and make sure everything is ready. Our teacher has us sit in our sections, like violins, violas, and cellos. Then we tune together, which sometimes takes a while because we all have to match. Once we're in tune, it feels like we're ready to make real music. Next, we do warm-ups and practice tricky parts of our songs. Sometimes we play scales or clapping rhythms to get better at timing. Then our teacher breaks the music into smaller pieces so we can fix the hard spots. It feels a little frustrating when I make mistakes, but I remind myself that practice makes perfect. Finally, we play through the whole piece. This is my favorite part because I can hear how all the instruments fit together. It's amazing how different it sounds compared to when I practice alone at home. Even if it's not perfect, I feel proud when I can keep up and be part of the group. In conclusion, being in orchestra is special to me because it teaches me patience, teamwork, and responsibility. From setting up, to practicing, to performing as a group, each step is important. Orchestra isn't just about playing notes. It's about making something beautiful with others. That's why it's one of my favorite routines. Reading 3. Science Club is one of the best parts of my week. It's not just about reading from a textbook. It's about rolling up our sleeves and trying real experiments. Every meeting feels like a chance to learn something new, and it helps me stay one step ahead of the game in science class. The first part of our routine is setting up for the day's activity. Sometimes we move tables together. Other times, we gather supplies like goggles, test tubes, or notebooks. One time, we even worked on a project where we had to solve a medical mystery by looking at clues. Getting ready feels like laying the foundation for a new discovery, and it puts everyone in the right mindset. Next comes the experiment or challenge, which is my favorite part. We work in small teams, and no two meetings are ever the same. Once, we tested how reaction times could change under different conditions, and another time, we built small rockets. Even when things don't work out, we remind each other not to give up and keep trying. Science teaches us that mistakes can actually lead to better ideas. Finally, we wrap up by cleaning up and talking about what we discovered. Each group shares results, and sometimes they're surprisingly different even though we did the same activity. Before we leave, our teacher usually gives us a hint about the next project, which keeps us on the edge of our seats. I like this part because it helps me reflect on what I learned and makes me excited for the next meeting. In conclusion, my science club routine is something I look forward to all week. From setting up to experimenting to sharing results, each step builds my confidence and curiosity. Science Club proves that learning can be both fun and challenging. It's really the best of both worlds, teamwork and discovery.